Hello. Today I'll be discussing my views on the conclusion of the book Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. The first thing that I have to say is wow, I did not see that ending coming. When Ender entered his final examination for command school, I can honestly say that I never would have thought that they were putting him into a real battle, especially not the real third invasion. I suppose that Card did hint at this when he describes the state of all the officers that were in the room watching him, but my reaction to them was just that they were nervous, that Ender might not be the commander they needed, and were afraid that they would have nobody left if he failed. I was definitely wrong. One thing that I did think was really cool is how they brought back Mazer to help teach Ender at command school. I also liked that Mazer didn't really lead Ender on like Graf or the other teachers. He told Ender that he was his enemy from the start, and that did not leave any room for Ender to hope that he would have help from him if he needed it. The other thing I really liked as we ended the book was that they brought back all of Ender's friends to go into battle with him. These were all people that Ender trusted and cared for. I think that letting his friends be a part of Ender's squad helped Ender be a better commander as well. Like when he accidentally pushed Petra too hard. I would like to believe that if it had been just some random soldier that Ender would have still cared, but I think the fact that it was Petra and actually one of his friends made him more empathetic towards her afterward and made him quickly realize that he could not continue pushing the others the way that he had been. I just think that involving the people he considered to be his friends to be his squad leaders was a good call on the teacher's parts. And I think it made Ender a better leader because it made him realize that the people he was commanding weren't just a part of a simulation or a game anymore. They were real and they had feelings, and Ender had to adapt to that. Another interesting development is Peter's plan of ruling the world actually kind of working out for him. While Valentine stopped his whole plan from working out by convincing Ender to go with her and govern the new colony, Peter still managed to get the Locke Treaty named after his fake persona, and also become the hegemon following the war. Nobody even cared that he was a kid anymore either. He had such a great following that it didn't matter anymore. I just think all of that is interesting considering the monster we have come to know Peter was, or maybe still is. Another point that was brought up with the conclusion of the book is that the buggers never really meant to start a war with the humans. It was intriguing to find out that the buggers actually acted like, well, bugs. This is learned when Mazer talks to Ender about how he won the second invasion. It's also weird that even after he had killed their queen and demonstrated his theory that they were like bugs, that not everyone believed him. I feel like if they really praised his smarts and ability to win so much, they probably should have believed him, but that's just my opinion. However, I do like that he turned out to be right. Learning these things about the buggers, though, makes me want to empathize with them, and feel horrible for Ender having taken out their entire race. However, I do like that they had the chance to leave a queen behind for Ender to find, so that he could hopefully one day restore the bugger population and right his wrongs against them. The way that they left it is equally as intriguing. I thought it was crazy when I read that the buggers had been able to communicate with Ender's thoughts, and even crazier that they knew him enough to know that if they recreated the scenes at the end of the world from his giant game, Ender would know exactly where to look to find the queen that they left behind. I like that Ender knows that he cannot just turn around and immediately hatch their queen either. He knows that his people would not understand the buggers the way that he did, and that they would be in danger if he brought them back now. I think that is also why he becomes Speaker for the Dead. Because of how the buggers were able to see into Ender's mind and transmit their final messages to him, Ender knew he had to right the wrongs that he had committed against them. And like I already mentioned, he knew that even though he had the new queen, he knew it wasn't safe to hatch it yet. So by becoming Speaker for the Dead and writing what he did about the buggers, he made the first step towards more people than just him understanding them. I also think that he wanted to put out the truth anonymously for one of two reasons. He either wanted humanity to come to the same conclusions about the buggers that he did on their own, or he was afraid of what might happen to him if he voiced his opinions about the buggers. If he had outwardly voiced his thoughts, there was a chance that people would call him a traitor, or accuse him of treason if they did not like his ideas. On the other hand, I think Ender might have also been afraid of people blindly following him. There was a chance that if he went public with his opinions, that everyone would just agree because of the hero they had all made him out to be and worshipped. I think that Ender didn't want that because he wanted everyone to actually understand the buggers like he did and learn to accept them on their own so that they could actually live in peace. Overall, I think that the conclusion of the book shows a lot about who Ender really is. To him, it was all just a game, until they told him it wasn't. He never wanted to kill anyone. After all, he was just a kid. None of his friends really deserved to be lied to, but everyone did what they thought was right when it came to fighting the buggers. And Ender and his friends were just simply the ones that he needed to save the world.